Ranking every single bowl game in the 2023 season, part 2. In part 1, we covered bowls 41 through 31. In this second part, we're going to be covering bowls 30 through 21. So if you haven't seen part 1 first, make sure to check it out. At number 30, we have the Chmelea Bowl between Arkansas State and Northern Illinois. Now, this is one of my favorite group of 5 matchups in all of bowl season. Can Rocky Lombardi carry Northern Illinois to another win this year? At number 29, the Military Bowl between Tulane and Virginia Tech. Although Willie Fritz left for Houston from Tulane, I still think Tulane has more talent than Virginia Tech, even though Virginia Tech found their footing halfway through the year. At number 28, we finally get our first Power 5 Bowl in the Gasparilla Bowl between Georgia Tech and UCF. Here we have 2 top 42 scoring offenses in the country, and I do think UCF gets the win here with a rushing-led win over Georgia Tech. At number 27, the New Mexico Bowl between New Mexico State and Fresno State. Although Fresno State did have somewhat of a disappointing year, considering they were expecting to go to New York Six Bowl, I still think this is going to be 2 very interesting teams going at it. I do like New Mexico State in a close one here. At number 26, I have the Independence Bowl between Cal and Texas Tech. I do think these are 2 teams with almost identical seasons, but I think Texas Tech has more talent and more physicality, and I expect them to win against Cal. At number 25, this is where I started to get into some controversy. The ReliaQuest Bowl between LSU and Wisconsin, formerly known as the Outback Bowl. A lot of people are probably going to have this one higher, but I just think LSU is going to beat Wisconsin by a significant margin, 10 at the minimum. Even without Jaden Daniels, I still think this LSU team is leaps and bounds better than Wisconsin. At number 24, I have the LA Bowl between Boise State and UCLA. Boise State is probably going to lean into their rushing game, considering a lot of their passing game is in the transfer portal right now. The only problem is that UCLA for them has a number 1 rushing defense. At number 23, I have the Arizona Bowl between Toledo and Wyoming. This is one of my favorite group of 5 matchups as we see one of the MAC's best teams, Toledo, against a Mountain West team, Wyoming, who held Texas to a very close game up until the last 10 minutes. I'm super excited to see how this game goes. At number 22, I have the Guaranteed Rate Bowl between UNLV and Kansas. I think this is going to be one of those games where UNLV comes out swinging early, get a lead up against Kansas. It's going to be close going to the half, but I do think Kansas gets a big win in the second half. The final game in this part 2 is the number 21 Armed Forces Bowl between JMU and Air Force. This is one of those games where you just so badly wish that these were the same teams for the regular season. Kirk Gesicki not being with JMU is going to hurt. Although JMU is going to let their players that are entering the transfer portal play in this game, which is going to be awesome. I'm expecting JMU to beat Air Force, and I can't wait for the Armed Forces Bowl. If you want to see part 3 and 4, where I cover 20 through 10 and 10 through 1, make sure you hit the follow button, check out the rest of the series.